Whoa, what's that? What's that? What's that? Can you hear me?
Yo,
You can hear me, dog?
yeah, yeah, I hear you.
What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? I got the camera all in my damn face. Shit. All right, bro. Let's talk about this Boots Ennis fight, dog. Let's talk about this Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas, bro. Uh, what do you
Well,
think
let's
about the
just
fight, my brother?
so I'll start off by saying this: very, very entertaining fight, right? Like that's a fight that's gonna bring my fault. That's a fight that's gonna bring casuals, you know, to both fighters' fan base. You know, the trading, the nonstop action, the hard punches. You know, so that's what the casuals want to see, and you can see why. It's a very entertaining fight. Both fighters landed great shots. Both fighters landed powerful shots. You know, both fighters showed great resilience. And the differentiator was Boot's skills and ability to land shots. His speed was obviously there. The experience was obviously there. You know, so I mean, Xander. I didn't think Xander had much of a shot. And I mean, you look at the fight. You know, it was still heavily one sided. But those moments that he did have in that third round got real scary for Boots, you know. So, but and shout out to both of them. They both put on the show.
Yeah, I think Boots' recovery time actually helped him out a lot too, dog. I think he was able to recover in a timely manner, man. And like I said, I was kind of scared for him. I was like, oh my God. Boots lost, kind of like stayed composed. He had no legs in the third round, into the third round. And I like how he was able to recover. He used great skills on, wrapping his man up and to buy up time and, while he recovered and came back in the, fourth round and did what he had to do. I actually like the fight, man. I like the war tactic, like I said. But like me and you talked offline and talked about when we talked about Boots, he takes too much punishment. I mean, you're gonna take a little bit of punishment during a fight, but the excessive punishment that he has been taking in his last few fights, man, I just think that it can shorten his career down the line, or he may take a punch like he did in the third round today by one of those other fighters, like a Fundora, and may not be able to recover from that. Especially if you got somebody throwing punches and bunches like a Fundora, or
Yeah,
like I said, even a Virgil Ortiz.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta remember, like these he's at 154. So this is his second fight, right? And I'm quite sure he's fitting into the division better. You know, he's not having to cut as much weight, but you know, some of these guys been at 154 and they're naturally bigger guys, right? We know that these guys, I mean, the guys that fight at 147 walk around at 180, you know, 190 and cut weight. So a 154 pounder is gonna be bigger than that. You know, and Zayas look bigger, you know, but Boots fit into the weight. But you know, you, you just can't keep taking those shots, right? And it's at a different weight, bigger guys, harder punchers. You know, I just don't want that to catch up to him. He has the skills to be a pound for pound fighter. You know, he has the footwork, he has the speed, the quickness, the powers. He has everything that you want in a pound for pound fighter and a well-rounded fighter. But does he lean into, um, his power and trying to, knock folks out too much, right? And I think this was a fight where, he just got cleaned it up. You know, one of the things that I think that changed the fight for him was that third round when he switched to orthodox. The first two rounds he was fighting southpaw. He was Xander wasn't even close to being in the fight. But when he went orthodox and got caught, that's when the fight changed. And then he went orthodox in the sixth round and kind of, let him off the hook a little bit, but then switched back to southpaw.
He was trying to catch him with a power shot. That's why he kept doing that. He was trying to line him
Yeah.
up. He was trying to line him up, but I mean, eventually it worked for him. I'm gonna tip my hat to Zayas, man, who didn't have to take the fight, and I think that he done a well. I thought he done a great job, man, and I think that going down the line in the future, man, I think that he's gonna be a great competitor. I can see
Yeah.
him. He's only 22 years old. I can see him being champion again. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I can see
Well,
him being champion again.
I think he probably going to move up to 160.
Yeah, he said that before
And
the fight. They said that
yeah.
before the fight.
And so you got to think, who's at 160 that just like
Adame,
the guy. Nah, Dame at 168, bro.
he 168.
Yeah, Adame is at
He went up
168 now.
again. Wow,
Yeah, yeah. Adame, I don't think Adame can make 160 no more.
boys be eating, bro.
Yeah.
Them boys be eating. I ain't mad at them, bro. Like I said tonight, man, that was a great fight, man. I was thinking the fight. One of my chapter brothers, man, he said the fight was gonna end in the sixth round, man, and he was correct. Um,
Nah, he wasn't correct. In seven,
you sure it was seven?
it's a seven.
Whatever round it was, we was texting each other back and forth, and he said, "Man, it's gonna be the last round." So
Okay,
that's
so
so he was correct. Yeah, he texted me and said, "This is the last round," and
but Boots should have took him out in the sixth. But I think what happened was because that fifth round he hurt Xander really bad, and but Boots was probably just as tired, right? Because he threw a lot of punches
he
in that
was.
fifth round.
Yeah,
So in that sixth round, he kind of just kept things at bay, boxed a little bit, and then seventh round he kicked it back up.
I agree with you, man. I mean, he was sitting on all his punches, bro. You know, it takes a lot out of you when you're sitting on all those punches like that, man. Trying to take out a
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I
What
mean,
was that fight? James Kirkland, and somebody. I can't remember that fight. But Kirkland tried to I can't remember who it was, but James Kirkland, I know he was in a fight. And I can't remember. It was one of these fights where either he was getting beat or someone beat him and they punched themselves out. And then they couldn't do nothing else the rest of the fight because they punched themselves out.
nah, I ain't,
So he probably just didn't want to do that.
nah, you got to stay poised, bro, because you don't know, man. When you're not poised, bro, and you don't take your time, you could probably run right into something. Don't get it twisted. Zayas was dangerous, and he was trying to line Boots up. Don't get it twisted. He just, Boots. It was just they were going by them going toe to toe. It was going to be the person who could take the
Oh
hardest
yeah,
shots.
yeah. Oh, that may have been Canelo. It may have been Canelo when he no, what fight was that? Oh, Kirkland and Angulo. Angulo threw over 100 punches
Oh
and
God,
punched himself out, and Kirkland didn't go down. Or he knocked Kirkland down, and then he came back, and Kirkland came back and won the fight because Angulo had nothing else left. Um, After he punched himself out in like the first
yeah,
couple rounds, trying to take him out.
he should have known better than that, bro. Yeah, that was. I don't remember that fight
That
much.
was in the first round, bro. You gotta go back and watch that fight, bro.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tonight's
Well,
fight's good though, man. I
yeah,
enjoyed the fights
yeah.
tonight.
I mean,
What you think about the guy you was talking to me about, man?
Ben Whitaker, I told you.
Okay, but dude, do you know do you know what weight class the dude fight in, bro?
Yeah,
He's in the
right.
same weight class as
He's
the
in the
monster, bro.
killers. No, not only the monster, Bivol and better be.
B-ball, better be all of them.
Yeah, talk about triple B's, bro. Like, yeah, he gonna have to wait till they get out the way, or wait
I
till there's
would.
a vacant belt.
Dude, look good tonight, man. But the division he in, man, I I
No,
don't know, bro.
they not knocking down the doors for any of them guys right now. So he gonna continue to showcase himself, knock them guys out that Eddie put in front of him until he can fight for a vacant belt. They said he was gonna fight the number one ranked fighter for the IBF, and if Bivol vacates that belt, then he'll be there.
Good, cause like I said, I like the guy. He dancing and shit in the rain. He got a little style with him. I would like to see him, man. Even though he's from the UK, you know, I'll rock with him, bro. He just at this point in time, I don't know if he's ready for any one of those big killers, bro. I think they need to just wait, push him off for a little bit, maybe in about a couple of years, then try to, you know, fight one of those big time dudes. Let them get some more wear and tear. Better be able to get ready to retire, so he don't have much more time. Bivol, I don't really know much about if he's getting ready to retire now. He could probably be there for another year or two. But my boy, the monster probably be in heavyweight in another couple of years.
I mean, he could. I mean, it's probably gonna be more money for him at heavyweight anyway. But if he can't get these other guys in the ring, then he might as well just move up.
Ain't nobody
So
trying to fight him, dog. He's too powerful, too fast, too powerful, dude. You know this already, bro.
yeah.
How you like Emilio Vargas, man? How you like him, man?
He looked good. He do. You could see the skill. He had speed. He had power. And the guy that was there, he gave him a good test for as long as he was around. But and he's at 140. So once again, man, it's how quickly do they want to push him out there, and
They got
get him a belt.
killers at 140 loaded too.
As I said, I think folks gonna be strategic around, what belt they gonna go after, who they gonna try to fight, if they want trying to get to that belt, you know.
Shit. You better go back down to 130 or something. I mean, 140 loaded right there, dog. Matter of fact, I think when Tank come back, he got to have to fight at 140.
They ain't gonna fight wherever he fight at. But it's gonna be it's I mean, it's some good fights to be made, and it's just, will these guys get in the ring with each other?
That's the biggest question right there of them all. Um, yeah, I mean, the best
But
fighting the
but
best.
but you gotta think now, right? So who's the champions at 154? Boo's got two belts. Did they say Josh
But
Kelly?
Josh Kelly got one and Fedora got one.
Oh, come on, man. Y'all know, we know who Boo's fighting next, bro.
Well, you know that Kelly guy is a
It's a matchroom fighter.
he's a matchroom fighter. But when they asked that to Eddie shifted it. Eddie said that guy's gonna fight Fedora first. He don't want them two to fight each other.
No, no, no. Who, Boo's gonna fight Pandora first?
No, he wants Kelly to fight Fedora. So then
No,
Fedora gonna be unified. All
then
right.
he's feeding. That makes no sense for Eddie because Eddie could match up Boots and Josh Kelly with each other and and keep the money in house.
I don't know if you
He
heard him.
he said no. Eddie said
Yeah, he said that.
that Boots his team had talks with PBC. When he was talking about the PBC had when he said he had PBC talks with Fundora, he's talking about Boots fighting Fundora, not no Josh Kelly.
No. Because somebody asked the question straight up, and he said basically, bro, what I got out of him personally, I got the Kelly guy.
You talking
Josh
about
Kelly
after the
fighting
fight?
Fedor after the fight.
Oh,
Basically said, and he said Virgil Ortiz, they still got business with Virgil Ortiz versus
yeah.
Boots. He said that.
No. They said Virgil Ortiz business is almost,
They
almost
said
done.
that, but then through the conversation,
Okay,
he pretty much,
I must
yeah,
have missed that part.
yeah, you missed it. No, they say his business is almost fixed, and the guy
Yeah,
kept on pushing it because his whole deal was what they
and
wanted, and I know what Boost wanted is to fight Josh Kelly. I don't see where Eddie Hearn won that. Eddie Hearn pretty
no,
much said, you
that
know,
that's bad business for Eddie though. That makes no sense because Josh Kelly is not beating Fundora. Josh Kelly is not beating Virgil Ortiz. Why would he match up Josh Kelly with anybody that's not a matchroom fighter where he can keep the money in house? That makes no sense.
I don't know, dog. You see,
Dog, he's not gonna fight Fundora, bro. Josh
like I
Kelly,
said,
Josh
these
Kelly's
dudes
not.
just
Josh
talk shit
Kelly,
anyway.
yeah. Josh Kelly gonna fight Boots next. Boots gonna have three belts, and I mean, if Virgil, he has no incentive to fight Virgil right now. Go beat Fundora. But I think they
Yeah,
trying to stay. I think they trying to stay away from Fundora. To be honest, they
that's
not
what
trying.
he.
They not
That's
trying
what
to
it
fight
sounded like.
Fundora.
He did not want Boost to fight Fundora. I'm telling you, that's what I got out of the deal. Not right now.
Which is why Boots is gonna have to fight Kelly. Why would they risk a fight with Virgil Ortiz with nothing to gain? No belts, nothing.
No, I get it. I wouldn't fight him for nothing.
If his goal is to be unified, the easiest path to unification is Kelly, then Fedor.
Facts.
And if he doesn't, and I don't know, Virgil's not going to come back after being off a year and fight Boots anyway.
Yo, they pretty much said Virgil gonna fight, you know, a tune up.
And the problem is now when they go into negotiations for that fight, Boots is gonna feel like he's the bigger star in the A side because he got two belts. When they were scheduled to fight each other, nobody had belts, and it was probably Ortiz probably had the bigger name and the bigger following, and could probably claim, to be the bigger star between the two. Well,
I would say with Boo's
that's
last
gonna
couple of
flip.
knockouts, bro, it has flipped.
Well,
Boo's
this performance will surpass him for sure.
Danny Onis also, bro. He did a hell of a
Yeah, yeah, but Stanionis wasn't nobody. Nobody was following Stanionis.
job. But I'm just saying, just
Xander,
stop it.
but what I'm saying is Xander was a bigger name in boxing than Stanionis. Even Xander at 23. They brought out Puerto Rico, young fighter. His name was out there bigger than that. And the entertainment of this fight. I guarantee you, nobody barely watched that Stanionis fight, even with Boots doing what he did. This
You
fight,
know,
a lot of folks, this is the typical fight that sells tickets. Your Latino versus your African American fighter or your black fighter.
I can agree
It's the
with you on
same
that.
formula that works every time. So that's why this is a bigger fight, and this is what's going to surpass. This is his signature win, and it was a great entertaining fight. So he's going to reap those benefits two times over. But to fight Ortiz, I mean, of course it'd be a good fight. I think Boots beats Ortiz. Um, but he beats Josh Kelly. I'm not ready to. I can't confidently say he beats Fundora. I think he has the skills to beat Fundora, but if he calls himself trying to, you know, do what he did tonight, I think it's a different outcome if Fundora catches him and hurts him.
Facts. I can agree with you on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fundora's a hell of a fighter. I mean, he's learned from his mistakes, and I've seen number of improvements from that fighter. So Boo's got to go back to the drawing board and figure out. tighten up on his defense a little bit more. I mean, you're gonna get hit, but just not in a
Just
continuous
box a
fashion.
little bit, man. Dip, get in, get out. Like even tonight, like I just felt like you know, obviously he was able to drop Xander, which is impressive because Xander's a big young kid too. But like get your 3, 4 looks in, throw your combinations, and then escape out. He was staying there too long, and then sometimes he was pulling straight back with his hands down, and Xander was catching him on the way out. And then you're throwing shots and combinations. Like, did you see like before the fight when Malik Scott was going through like the keys to victory? Did you see that before the fight?
Yeah. I
and
seen it.
and you saw and he was showing how Boots like overreaches and is out of position sometimes and is there to get hit.
I
Bro,
mean,
that's
he
exactly how
leaves
this
his
shit
hands.
played
He
out.
leaves his hands down too, though, man.
Yeah. And he overextends on punches. And even then he came out in this fight and tried to land an overhand right. Like, bro, like, come on, man, you too good for that. And I think, and this is where I think Crawford separates himself because I don't see Crawford making some of the same mistakes that Boots made tonight.
Nah, Crawford
But
is a hell of a
but
fighter.
but I'll say this too. How many of us are tuning in to watch Boots box?
Yo, we watching, bro. I watch him.
No, no. I mean, hardcore fans are tuning in to watch box, but casuals are turning in for the knockouts, for the
That's
action.
it. Oh yeah.
And so this is where his fandom gonna continue to rise because this is what he's doing. Eddie said it perfectly. How many
I was getting
fighters,
ready. I was
top
getting
notch
ready to say that.
fighters, yep, are trying to knock folks out from round one? He was trying to. He was trying. If Xander was hurt a little bit more, he would have finished him in the first round.
I agree with you on that. I mean, this is what sells, bro. Casuals love knockouts, and Boots has been giving us that. So that's some good shit.
Yep.
But other than that, man, this weekend was a great night of boxing, man. I appreciate every bit of it.
Yeah, man. Yep. Yeah, bro. Well, he sign off, man.
All right, then, dog. Teams always good chopping it up with you, dog. Until next time, be in boxing news, and we out of here.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep.